Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning, my dear students, and welcome back to the 8th standard online classes. My dear students, in the previous class, we have discussed about the different kinds of reactions of metals with different kinds of elements like air, water, and some other concepts we have discussed. So I hope you understand that one. My dear students, in this class, we are going to discuss about one more very important topic that will be happen in our day-to-day life. That is, we call it as corrosion. So what do you mean by corrosion? Why the corrosion will be takes place? How we can prevent the corrosion? These are all the concepts we are going to discuss now. My dear students, what do you mean by corrosion? My dear students, what do you mean by corrosion? Have you heard this name? See, my dear students, this will be happened in our day-to-day life. You are observed so many times. So the best example for the corrosion is nothing but, have you heard the rusting of iron? Yes, that is the best example for corrosion. So then can you tell me what do you mean by corrosion? How it will be takes place? Yes, the corrosion is a slow process. The corrosion is a slow process. So it will be takes place because any one metal, when we are going to expose it in the atmosphere, that surface of that metal become as a changed or corroded. So that is we call it as corrosion. The surface of some metals gets corroded when we are exposed to the moisture, air after a long time. This is we call it as corrosion. So rusting of iron is the best example for the corrosion. So how this will be takes place? Iron that will be reacted with the moisture, air, iron that will be reacted with the moisture, air, that is oxygen. So it will be produced as a ferric oxide. The changing of the surface of the iron, any one material that will be corroded when we are going to expose that material or the metal is on the moisture air. This phenomenon we call it as corrosion. Okay, so how we can easily prevent this corrosion? Some of the techniques are involved here. So by we are going to use the technique that will be very helpful to prevent the corrosion. So how? Do you have any idea regarding this? Yes, let us discuss one by one. So prevention, how we can easily prevent the corrosion of metals? See, it is a best example. The corrosion of a metal can be prevented by applying the oil or grease. And if you take the iron rod, so if you just imagine it is an iron rod. So when it will be, we are going to expose in a moisture, the top layer of the surface of the iron rod will become corroded. Right now. So how we can easily prevent this one? Yes. So we can easily prevent this one by applying the oil or grease on the surface of the metal. How this will be preventing the corrosion? Yes, this oil or the grease will be prevent the activity of air or activity of the moisture of and it will be easily prevent the corrosion. Okay, so the next one is applying paint. It is also one kind of the technique that will be very helpful to prevention of corrosion. So how a paint will be prevent the corrosion? As we know that the corrosion is nothing but any metal that is exposed in the moisture air. Corroded when it is exposed in the moisture air, right now. So when we are going to apply the oil or grease or applying any paint, this will be prevent the activity of the moisture air on the metal. So that's why this applying of oil and grease and applying of paint is also one of the major technique to prevent the corrosion. Not only these two things, some other techniques also there. So let us discuss. The next third one of the preventive of the corrosion of the metal is galvanization. So what do you mean by galvanization? Yes, galvanization is nothing but applying the metals on a corrosive metals, like coating of the metals with non-corrosive metals like zinc, which means that we know that the metals, most of the non-metals do not react right now. So most of the non-metals do not react with the air right now. So this galvanization will be very helpful to prevent the corrosion. So when we are going to extract the metals, some of the non-corrosive metals we are going to mix it. For example, if you take the iron or if you take the aluminium is a metal that will be corrosion. It will be shows the corrosive nature, which means it is also will be corroded when we are exposed in the moisture. So instead of the aluminium, while extracting the vessels or any one material, so non-corrosive metals like zinc that we are going to mix it with the aluminium while extraction. So this will be prevents the corrosion. Why? Because the zinc will be create a protective layer for the aluminium to prevent the corrosion. So like this, it will be very helpful for the prevention of metals. And the next one is electroplating. Coating of metals with non-corrosive metals like chromium, tin by passing electricity. So while passing the electricity, they will be coat a non-corrosive metals coat. For example, in the olden days, the coat is there. ಎತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಡಿಗೆ ಸೊ ಆ ವೀಲ್ಗೆ ಐರನ್ ರಾಡ್ನ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಎತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಡಿ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದ friction of the wooden wheel, right? No. So same like that only, by using the electroplating technique, the coating of the metals with non-corrosive metals like chromium and tin by passing the electricity. When the electricity is passed, the chromium and tin becomes softened. This softened chromium and tin will be coated to the metals. This also will be prevent the activity of the moisture air on the metals. And the next one is alloying. The best example for alloying is, what do you mean by alloying? So it is nothing but when it is also mixture of two or more metals and as well as non-metals. The mixture of alloying is nothing but two or more than metal and non-metals. The mixture, instead of purely production of iron, so by the mixture of chromium or the nickel, so this will be this mixture of chromium and nickel along with iron, this will be very helpful to prevent the corrosion. So these are all the techniques that will be involved to prevent the corrosion of metals. I hope you understand the corrosion and preventive measures of the corrosion. Okay, now let us conduct one activity. So just I am going to explain by theoretically, just observe it. So activities should to show that the air and water are necessary for rusting of iron. So I am going to take the 3 test tubes here and put one iron nail in each one. In each test tube we are going to take as a 3 iron nails, and we are going to keep the 3 iron nails in a 3 test tubes. And I am going to add some calcium chloride in a 1 test tube and absorbs the moisture. So this calcium chloride will be very helpful to absorb the moisture is present in the test tube. So after that, pour some boiled water from which dissolved oxygen has been removed from the second test tube, and then pour some water in the third test tube, and we are going to close the test tube. After the 3 or 4 days, that will be indicates that the Nile in the first and second test tubes have not rusted, but in the third test tube only the rusting will be takes place. Why? Because this activity will be shows the requirement of air and as well as requirement of moisture is very essential for the purpose of corrosion. So in the first test tube, the air is absent and as well as the moisture is also absent. So in the second test tube, we are removed completely the only oxygen from the test tube. So what will happen in the third test tube? So there is no conditions apply for the test tube, which means the air is also present and as well as the moisture, that is water, is also present. So after 3 or 4 days, what we are observed as a result, so in the first test tube there is no rusting takes place, in the second test tube also no rusting will be takes place, but in the third test tube we have seen the rusting of the Nile. Why? Because in the both the test tubes, whatever we have discussed in the previous 2 test tubes, first and second test tubes, only in the first test tube both the moisture and as well as water is absent. Air and moisture both are absent. In the second test tube, air is absent, moisture is present. But in the third test tube, both the air and water is present. Hence, in the third test tube, the rusting of iron nail takes place in the third test tube, but not in the first and second test tubes. This activity will be represents that air and water is very essential for the rusting of any one metal. I hope you understand this activity. Okay, so next one is alloy. What do you mean by alloy? So as we know that in the previously we have discussed in the prevention of corrosion, we have discussed about the technique of alloy. So what do you mean by alloy? So alloy is a mixture of homogeneous mixture of metal with other metal or non-metal. Mixture of 2 different kinds of metals or mixture of 2 different kinds of metal and as well as non-metal. Some of the metals examples that we have discussed here. So steel. Have you observed the steel? The steel is a mixture of iron and carbon. The steel is a mixture of iron and carbon. What are the uses of this steel? Construction of machines, construction of tanks, manufacturing of vessels, manufacturing of vehicles, ships, rails, building, bridges, dam, etc. by using the steel. So steel is a mixture of iron and carbon. So which means here observing now, so iron is a metal, the carbon is a non-metal that will be used while the mixture. This mixture of iron and carbon will be formed as a steel. This will be very helpful to prevent the corrosion. The mixture of iron and carbon. So like this, the mixture of either it may be metal or non-metal. It is alloy is nothing but the homogeneous mixture of metal with other metal or metal with other non-metal. I hope you understand the meaning of alloy. So let us discuss one more example here. Stainless steel. This is a mixture of iron and as well as chromium. Whatever we are using, the stainless steel, in our day-to-day life also we are using this one. So like surgical manufacturing of surgical instruments, stainless vessels. So for that purpose we are using the mixture of iron and chromium, that is nothing but the stainless steel. And then the brass. So it is a mixture of copper and zinc. It is also will be manufacturing of musical instruments, vessels and handicrafts and some other techniques, some other instruments that will be extracted by using the brass. And then bronze. So it is also a mixture of copper, tin, iron, aluminium, nickel, cobalt. So this is also one of the best example. Is a mixture of the homogeneous mixture of metal with non-metals or metal with metals. This also will be manufacturing of pressure cookers and parts of the vehicles, while manufacturing of bells, medals, statues, this bronze will be used. So like this, the mixture of the metal and a mixture of the metal with other metal, and as well as the mixture of metal with non-metals, that is a alloy, will be very helpful to prevent the corrosion, and as well as while the construction of manufacturing of different kinds of the materials. I hope you understand the alloys right now. My dear students, in this class we are discussed about the corrosion and the preventive measures of the corrosion and alloys, the different kinds of the alloys with examples and their uses we are discussed. In the next class, we are going to discuss about extraction of metals. So how the metals will be extracted and where the metals we are getting from, these are all the concepts we are going to discuss in the next class. My dear students, please follow the government rules and regulations to avoid the spreading of COVID-19 and stay home, stay healthy. Thank you. Jai Shri Gurudev.